There's a breakthrough in early detection when it comes to dementia, and well, this is apparently very early detection, in fact, because we have a surprising new cause of dementia discovered, and scientists say it occurs decades before symptoms appear. Take a look at this. Check this out and take a look. Got merged together. Anyways, the root of cognitive decline later in life may begin in childhood. Oh yes, tell me about your childhood. A major new study suggests researchers discovered that the experience of childhood loneliness, is strongly linked to accelerated cognitive decline and significantly higher risk of dementia in people 50 and up. Really? Okay, the critical factor was the subjective emotional feelings of loneliness itself, which sharply increased dementia risk even in those who had friends. Okay, crucially, the link persisted even for those who were no longer lonely as adults, suggesting the damaging effects of early life isolation can cast a long shadow over the brain's health. While loneliness at any age is a known risk factor for cognitive decline and dementia, the long-term impact of loneliness experienced in childhood is poorly understood. This is a critical gap. A childhood is a period of significant brain development where a child is highly vulnerable to stressors such as loneliness, poverty, and food insecurity, neglect, and bullying. Nearly half of the roughly 1,400 adults in the study reported being lonely and without close friends in childhood. People who felt lonely as children started to their middle-aged years with lower memory and thinking skills. Moreover, the cognitive abilities declined at a faster pace each year compared to those who were not lonely as kids. Okay. The research was a collaborative effort by scientists at the universities in China, Australia, and the United States, including Harvard and Boston universities. The team analyzed data from a large, long-term study of Chinese adults. They focused on over 13,592 participants, tracking the cognitive health from June of 2011 to December of 2018 to avoid any skewing of data from the COOF. Okay, so the study defined childhood loneliness as frequently feeling lonely and lacking a close friend. The 4.2% of people in this category face the highest risk of cognitive decline. The study followed participants for 7 years, using repeat cognitive tests to measure decline and tracking which individuals developed dementia. The study found a direct link between childhood loneliness and heightened risk of developing dementia. Adults who recalled a childhood marked by both loneliness and a lack of close friends faced a 41% greater risk of developing dementia, which affects an estimated 7 million Americans and is projected to grow to 14 million by 2060. So holy crap, man. So protecting yourself against dementia, okay, that's not even something that you have to start taking seriously as you enter your 50s, your 60s, or, just trying to stave off for as long as you can if you're fortunate enough to get into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. You have to really start, taking care of this stuff all the way in your childhood. You need to make sure that you have yourself happy and effective school life so that you don't end up with a buggered brain later in life. Holy crap, man, this stuff is absolutely wild. But whenever we see breakthroughs like this or just new developments like this, I do get a little bit positive because I've talked about this time and time again. I think dementia it's definitely the most difficult later years a disease, okay? Because cancer, well, that is something that you can directly go up against. It's a bitch, but at least there's a way that you can fight back against it. But dementia, I mean, yeah, that one's tough for so many different levels. So whenever we end up finding an effective way to treat, early detect, or potentially solve, I love to bring it to the forefront. And especially given the time of the year, forgetting who you are, who your loved ones are, or to be on the other side of this stuff and see somebody that you seen as a pillar of strength wither away into a dribbling mess. Yeah, I couldn't think of a worse way to go out. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.